humanity survived. Our ancestors have destroyed the world, and we had to pay the price. With over 100 years without sunlight. But we have prepared ourselves for our chance to make things right. They stole from us a life of happiness. Still, we will make the best of it. Even though Mother Earth is grim and tainted, we have managed to survive. And we will keep surviving.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Endzone A World Apart, post-apocalyptic city builder, or colony builder, rather. It is still in early access, as you guys can see. I am shooting this in early May, so the April expeditions have already been added. Next we're waiting on the scenarios, which should be added in May at some point, but yeah, I waited this long to start making these videos on this game just because I wanted to come far along enough to where I can show you guys a good amount of what the game actually is. And so let's hop into a new game. Basically lets you set up, this is a sandbox mode kind of deal, so it lets you set up your game and your map. These are the difficulty levels here, obviously, so tool we start with none, that'd be the hardest. Metal tool is the easiest, so on and so forth. I am keeping it basically at what the game tells you to start with to begin with. I haven't played this that much, so we'll learn as we go. Let me just do one refresh on the map seed and let's get going. Now this was there's another game. There's another post-apocalyptic game that's similar to this. It's a colony builder that came out along the same time that's also in early access. I decided to go with this just because it looked better, it looked more polished. The other one looks like it still has a long ways to go, so that's how I went with this one. Alright, new beginning. This looks like a good place to settle. You know what we learned in the end zone? Basic needs come first and foremost. We have to build up a water and food supply, and then and then we'll figure out from there. So here's a little starting town center type thing. Here's our colonists. Let's see how close we are to any kind of water. Wow, not very. Oh, I got a little bit here. No, don't have much water at all around here. So there's a couple of things. Let me pause this actually so time doesn't go by too quickly. So there's a couple of things down here that we have to pay attention to. Number one is our soil moisture. So you click on that and it actually shows you how moist the soil is in any given place. Now I think we're gonna do our water supplies out of here. If we can, then maybe do some farming in some small patches somewhere. And then the second one is the terrestrial radiation, which the green isn't too bad, and then it goes up to yellow, orange, and red. But it doesn't look too bad around this. Okay. The only other thing before we get started is I just kind of want to give you guys a quick tour of the map. It's the kind of stuff that they have. So basically all the ruined buildings and everything, we can get salvage out of them, or scrap rather. Especially like out of these like larger towns and the ruins and stuff. Anything with a question mark over it, which is something like this, lets us set up a scout, or lets us send out a scout once we get the expedition station out to explore this site and see what we can get out of it. But the map design is actually kind of cool. One game I played earlier, I wonder if there's any on here, it had like a cool military base and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool map design in general. So here's like a cool little parking lot that's destroyed, some apartment buildings here. I'm trying to see if there's anything else that's neat around here. That looks cool, just to show you guys. It'll be a while before we get this far to exploring any of this, so here's some wind turbines. Can you scrap it? Yeah, you can. Other than that, storage depot ruin. Oh, there we go. There's a nuclear power plant ruin, which is awesome. What is this? It's a little town here. Or the remnants of it. More apartment complexes, which looks awesome. And yeah, that's pretty much too bad. I was hoping... Oh, look at the train here. That's cool. That's really cool. I was hoping for a military base, because I thought that looked really cool too, just to show you guys, but I don't see one here. I'm just gonna... I don't want to waste too much time going over the map, but there's a factory, that looks neat. And yeah, that's basically our map. Again, keep in mind this game is still in early access, but as I said, I felt that it came along far enough where we can get some decent content out of it. So let's get started here with our people. You start out with 10 adults and 5 children. And then we go from there. There's a greenhouse ruin here that's close that we're gonna need to send out an expedition to. So my first playthrough on this is I kind of planned poorly, because I had like a river or a lake here, and it was like half radiated and my water was bad, so kind of know what I'm doing now. So first thing we're gonna need to build is a jetty, which gives us access to clean water, hopefully. So our jetty's gonna go right there. Next thing we're going to need is a cistern. Now that's another thing we need to make sure we keep out of the contaminated zones. So the thought process here is to build the cistern close to the water jetty, only because then they won't have to travel as far to bring the water over. But I also want to make it closer to our town center here, so I'm probably gonna put it. Let's put it here so we don't waste too many trees and stuff out of it. Yeah, that makes sense. Maybe. Roads, I haven't figured out whether they're a necessity or not. I've been building them anyways, just because it lets you city plan a little easier that way. But yeah, I haven't actually figured out whether they're necessary or not, so couldn't tell you. So the other thing for food that I did was a fishing hut in my original game that I did. Just because I felt like that was probably the easiest or the quickest way to get food, although I don't see the ability of putting a fishing hut on something this small, so I think we're going to go with a hunting lodge instead. Now there's some boar here, which isn't very much. Let's see if we can... So see, like, they'll glow, they'll glow orange on the map, like, as soon as you hover over, or the production area hovers over it. So I think we're gonna put it here, because that looks to me... Yeah. So we have one little group of boar here and one here, so I think the hunting lodge can go right over here, and I think we'll be better off for it. So the only other thing I'm gonna add here is a road. And now, another thing about this game is you have to designate what your settlers do. So right off the bat, we're going to designate 2 builders, or actually let's do 4 builders, so they can start building these structures while the rest of the settlers can carry the resources over to the building areas. My one and only complaint, and again, I've maybe spent no more than an hour in this game so far. My one and only complaint so far is it's very slow, so I found myself increasing the game speed quite often just to get things done quicker. If that's the case, then, you know, in this playthrough, then we'll do the same thing, but I kind of want you guys to just watch, you know, them building everything and then putting everything up and stuff. So let's do build next on the jetty here, so that we can start getting water into here quickly. The hunting lodge isn't that big of an issue just yet, so while they're doing that, so they're spreading out, they're carrying the resources over, and the builders are going to town on building whatever they're building. So while they're building everything for us, the only other thing I wanted to do is let's look at our moisture to see where we're going to put our farm. So farming is another thing here. In this game, I think I'm going to put 2 small farms here and here. And that should be enough. The first time around I played, I think I made my farms too large. I mean, they were producing food. It's not that they weren't producing food, but I think I overdid it a little bit, so I'm going to make them a little smaller. But yes, this is very slow going at first. Again, limited playthrough on here, so maybe it speeds up afterwards, but I did read on a couple of the reviews basically the same. People were saying the same thing. The game is a little too slow, so I am just by default going to put it on fast game speed just so I can do it a little quicker. So as you can see, once they build the buildings, all the buildings need workers, which is, again, we have to go in here and actually designate who's going to be doing what. So once they're done with this water jetty, we're going to designate 2 water carriers, and I also don't know like what the optimal amount of people is. Like obviously the 5 will fill it completely, and we'll make it function completely. Hunter, you know, 3, but I did 2 in each to begin with, just because you have such a limited number of people to work with to begin with. So I didn't want to overextend myself too much, I guess. There are seasons in the game. From what I've noticed so far, the only thing the seasons really do is like for growing crops and stuff. Like it'll tell you how many seasons the crops take to mature and so on and so forth. So that's the only thing I've really noticed so far that the seasons are used for. Why do you have a question mark? Needs jetty rainwater. Oh, is the oh wow, CISA. Okay. So we did place this too far away from the jetty, so I am going to change field of work to here. So we didn't have to demolish it, they'll just, again, they'll have a longer trek to the jetty, essentially, than they would normally. So you do, for future reference, you do want to put your cistern as close to the jetty as you possibly can. There's a day-night cycle. It's a pretty looking game, it's not a bad looking game. For my own, my own preference as far as art style goes, I think I'd prefer something a little bit more vibrant and maybe cartoony even, but I do like the realistic look. It's not bad looking. So, we've got our hunting lodge set up, we've got our cistern set up, and we've got our jetty set up, so food and water for the time being are taken care of. Next thing I'm going to do is get us a forester's lodge, because we are going to need a lot of wood. And I think I'm going to put you right over here. Now, I don't know how the contaminated areas affect, like buildings like a hunter or like a forester's lodge, or resource or raw resource production buildings. Not entirely sure, but I guess we'll find out if we put one too close to the contaminated area. Words are hard today, I'm sorry. Words are hard today. And this is just for my own OCD at this point. Just so I can... There we go. So I can finish... Get a nice square around our camper here. So our forester's going to be next, and we're going to... Again, I'm going to add 1 guy for the forester. Or 2. We'll do 2, and then we'll have 2 left for... Yeah, well, let's add 2, and then we can screw around with it later if we need to. That's the children do grow up into adults eventually, so... Once we have this forester operational, which we do now, I'm going to bring down the amount of builders here for the time being. That gives us 3 settlers to work with, so... Put this on normal speed for a second here, and now we have to make some decisions. So we are going to need a... Whoops. We are going to need a scrapyard. The recycler I built in my first playthrough, and they were changing, you know, bottles to... Or they take the scrap and they can either change it to metal, cloth, plastic. Is they basically separate it out. I didn't find myself needing the plastic, like these resources are mid to late game resources. So I think I did that too early, so for the time being all I'm going to do is put up a scrapyard. And let me see, oh wow, there's a lot of scrap around here, so can we fit you in here somewhere? That'd be nice, yes. Alright, let's put our scrapyard right there. Let's have them build our scrapyard right there. I have to chop down the trees first. Do we have enough people, like enough settler? Yeah, we do. Okay. And other than that, well, let's wait for them to build that. Divvy these people up. Oh, oh yeah, scrap collector's gonna need... I only put one scrap collector initially, and it was enough. So it wasn't too bad. Is our food going up or down? Doesn't tell you. Be nice if it told you, like, whether you're in the like whether you need more, you know, whether you're using more than you're producing. But it looks like we're doing okay. So, okay, we have our scrap collector built, so let's put one... Ooh, I'm on way too quick of a speed. So it looks like one season is 1 day night cycle. And now we need houses, so... Homeless settlers, basically this pops up and tells you how many homeless settlers you have. The other thing... Where can we do our houses? We can go that way. The other thing I will mention is, and that's interesting with the seasons, everything dries out quicker, or everything does dry out. So you see the dryness creeping in, and the moisture getting seeped out of the ground. That's actually really neat. I like that. But yeah, the one thing I also thought was a little that I didn't really like is the cabins, or the houses themselves don't house as many people as you'd think. So it's basically one family per house. So for these 15 people, I ended up having to build like 6 or 7 houses, which was a little... You know, which was a little on the ridiculous end, if you ask me, but again, early access, keep that in mind. This isn't me complaining, this is just me kind of making observations that, you know, especially post-apocalyptic and stuff, you'd think people would just shelter together, you know, wherever they can find it and however they can find it, that they wouldn't really necessarily be too picky about single families living per house kind of thing, but... oh well, no big deal. So we are now running low on scrap because we just placed these 3 houses. That's okay, though. We'll make it up. Settlers 3, forester, scrap collectors. Let me give us 1 extra scrap collector here. Make it go a little faster. But yeah, it's cool. You can actually watch them go out and do their thing, you know. So, like, he actually goes out to do his thing. Digs around and starts collecting the scrap out of all the various areas. Now, I do like the fact that we have so much scrap around here, which is really cool. There's quite a bit over here. It'll be a while before we run out, for sure, before he gets through this, for sure. So, I want to leave the greenhouse alone. That's why I kind of placed him over here, so he's out of his area of influence here. Because once we get an expedition center up, I do want to send an expedition here and see what's in there first before we tear it down. So, we've got... How's water? Oh, 371, not good. So... Let's do one other thing here. And let's add one water carrier. That'll give us one free settler and 2 builders. Which hopefully is enough. I don't know how quickly they go through these woods, do they? Cut down and reforest. Okay, so they're doing both. Okay, good. How many guys do I have on here? 2? 2. Okay, so I'm hoping one's cutting down, one's reforesting, or you know, we'll see how quickly they run out, and then decide from there whether we need to change something around or what we need to do. So, as the houses go up, this obviously will go down. It just went down by 5, so that was a big family. It was a family of 5. Maybe my first playthrough I just had a weird family division or dichotomy or something where I had a bunch of small families and maybe I have larger families. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we won't need all 5 of these houses, but as I said, in my first playthrough I needed quite a bit of homes to house these 15 people, so... Yeah, see, that one went down by 2, and that one went up. This one, again, by 2, yeah, okay, so there was one large family, and then the rest of them, yeah, it's pretty much what I started with earlier. Alright, we gotta remember... Crap, we have to remember farms, don't we? Come on, finish building these houses so I know whether I need to build more or not. See, we gained another adult, and one of our children matured to be an adult, basically. So, okay, we need more homes. That's what I thought we would. So, I'm gonna put 2 more down. 1 here, and 1 here. And that puts us at, what, 2 settlers and 2 builders, 3 water carriers. Okay, so that gives us enough, I think, for 2 small farms. So, let's put up 2 small farms. Oh wow, we're like... Wow, we're gonna be in some serious drought pretty soon, huh? Oh no, there we go. Okay. So I think just watching this over time, at least, again, I think these 2 areas here are probably gonna be the safest for just small fields, you know? And there's a minimum size of field you have to build. Which is fine, because right now we just want to start out with the smallest. They have to clear the building area here first, okay. We have to start out with the smallest, and we do have to pick a seed for them to grow. So, last game I had squash and... I think beans. This game we have potatoes and wheat, so... And it tells you how long the growing time is for each of these and how much food it will yield, or the maximum yield per the field, so... 1.4 for the wheat, although I don't... I'm assuming they're going to be able to process it themselves, right, into flour and stuff, but... So anyways, let's choose a potato for that, because potatoes are just... you can just eat a potato. 8 farmers, so 4 per field. Okay, doesn't matter the size of the field. So last game I had a field maybe 4 times the size of this, and it only required 4 farmers. But because we have 2 fields, we now require 8, so okay, that makes sense. So let me bring you down. Let me put farmers up, choose seed, and we are going to do wheat on this one. Yep, potato and wheat. Okay, so we'll have a little bit of diversity. And crop yield 198 on here. And 462 on here, okay, and we are still running low on water. So, here's my other thing that I never got far enough to actually figure out. So, weakly contaminated rain. So the rain isn't too contaminated, but is it contaminated enough for us not to be able to build a rainwater collector? Toxic rain, it can be covered. A cistern or water tower is necessary to distribute the water. Okay, it can... Oh, we need plastic for that. Okay. We need we're starting to get to the point where we are going to need... A well produces water slowly and even during a drought. Was there a built too close to... yeah, let's put a well down. I mean, we're in season 4, so it's the wet season, I assume. But let's put a well. Oh, is the well going to take water away from the farms? That's a question. I kind of want to put it further away just in case it will, so that, you know, the land stays wet for the farms. There's some wheat going up already. They're planting some potatoes here. Alright, once we're done building that... What is this? Production limits. I haven't actually looked... Oh, you can set limits as to how much they produce of everything, but we're not... Yeah, we're not getting... We're not nowhere near there yet, so... So once they build this well here, hopefully our water situation will improve a little bit. Our food is also... No, our food's going up. Never mind, our food's going up. Okay, so our scrap is also going up. So what I'm going to do there is, since the next thing we're going to need is plastic, what I am going to do... Oh, wow, they are cutting these trees down quite quickly. That's okay, they're replanting them as well, so I think we should be okay, hopefully. The next thing I am going to build is a recycler. The recycler can only do one resource at a time. So metal, cloth, plastic, or electronics. Actually, I forgot about the electronics here. What is this? Charcoal, okay. Or electronics. But he can only do one resource at a time. Now, we can build a refinery, which does all the resources at a time, but we need a lot more resources to do that. So we have to start with the recycler, in other words, first, before we do anything else. So let's do that here. And once these two buildings are done, I think we can... hold on a second. I gotta move these guys around real quick, just to do this faster. And I think we need settlers to move material around. So, but yeah, once these two buildings are built, we're gonna get rid of our builders for now and just plug them into all this that we're missing. I look at the wheat growing, that's pretty cool. And potatoes too, you can see them starting to come up. I like the animation, just watching it and just looking at it come together, you know? Okay, so we've got the well up. As soon as they build this... Oh good, another child came of age. Okay, so we only need one well keeper, that's good. And we only need one refiner, which is also good. We don't need any more builders for the time being. What is this? Low water reserves. Accumulate more water, build up larger stockpiles. Yeah, we're... And sorry about that, I had to cut the recording real quick because the dog started freaking out again, so go figure. Okay, we don't... What is this? What are you telling me here? Storage capacity in this building is running low. Okay. What do we need to upgrade? Yeah, we have enough. Let's upgrade you. And let's have a builder go do that. Now. Let's get another water carrier, see if that helps. I mean, it is... going up and down. I guess it depends on the conditions too, you know, if there's drought or whatever the case. Let's build one more house, because, you know, let's build 2 more houses just to be safe. We do have another child born, which is good. Which means that, you know, we'll start gaining in population, which is excellent. Our food is still hovering around 692, so that's not too bad. Now, hunters 2 to 3, water carriers, yeah. I think we're gonna do one more water carrier once we get these 3 things built here. Season 5. Okay, so this isn't like spring, summer, fall, winter. This is just how many seasons you've been playing. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. Alright, builder, go finish upgrading my my thing here, thank you. Okay, so we've got 2 spare guys. Let's do another water carrier. And I guess I'm gonna keep this guy as a regular settler for now. 4 children now, excellent. Oh, he's refining cloth. I don't need cloth. Whoops. So you do have to tell him what to refine. I need plastic. Although, you know what? How much metal do we need? How much metal do we need for the refinery? 12. Well, you know what? Let him refine enough metal so we can just put the refinery down. Oh, that is a big one. Put the refinery down, call it a day, you know? What is this? Oh, it's a hunting lodge. What is this? When did I build this? Okay. There's the crops coming in finally. Yeah, water is gonna be a continuous the rain is medium contaminated rain. What does a workshop do? Tools that are needed to do any kind of work. We're gonna need that sooner than later too, so actually... Yeah, so we're gonna need 24 metal. I did switch them over, right? Yeah, okay. Okay. Now we just have to wait to build up 24 metal, so we can do... Yeah, we are running low on tools. So that we can make a tool shop, and that we make the refinery. God, this is spreading everywhere. Does it contaminate? Study. Yeah, so this spreads. Okay, that's cool. So the radiation spreads? No, it's not. Never mind. I was gonna say, does it like contaminate the ground when it's coming down, but... What is this? What do you need here? Production limit of this resource is reached. Can I... Oh, we're running out of storage. That's why. What do I need to build a warehouse? And do I need to employ somebody at said warehouse? Doesn't look like it, unless it's logistician. Which it might be. Probably is, actually, so... Well, we have enough kids on the way. Hold on, let me slow this down a little bit so I can plan here. Running out of capacity, limit of resources reached. Okay, so we need to start spending our stuff, but... Water's starting to go up a little bit, so maybe the water carrier, the 4th one, helps, although it did rain a lot, so... Oh, we don't have a water collector, never mind, this is a well. Whoops. Okay, well, at least drought's not a problem yet, so that's good. Oh, look at potatoes. Look at the potatoes growing over here. Food's going up, excellent. What is this? Medication. We don't have any yet, nor will we anytime soon, I don't think. But, we have to be smart about this. So, we already upgraded you, right? Yeah. What is this? A mounted bus... Visitors? I don't understand. I mean, it'd be cool to maybe, like, when a disaster strikes or something, they all shelter in there. Beans, 14 reserve? Okay, I don't need to reserve those. Well, I guess, I mean, I don't care if they are. Inventory limit. Wait, how full are you? 62%, so we are gonna have to build. Okay. Oh, it does tell you. At least on raw resources. It tells you how many raw resources you still have. I wonder if you tell me that here. You do. Okay. Excellent. So it does give us a turnover on resources, which is awesome. So 2 seasons ago we started with 540 water. Last season we ended up with 865. Current season we're at 415. I'm assuming I'm assuming that's amount produced, but I'm not entirely certain, but okay. And we are reserving some water, and storage isn't too bad. Okay. So... what was I saying earlier? We're gonna need that warehouse, aren't we? Alright, let me put this warehouse down probably close to the community center, right? We have no designated builders, so let's do that. But that will... I don't know if builders can carry their own resources to the building site, so I'm putting this, making another settler real quick. So I took him off the scrap collector. And since we're so full up on scrap, that won't really hurt us. But let's do that, and now we're still waiting on the metal, and all the metal, so I'm gonna speed this up again. Oh, another child born. Good. Good, so that'll give us quite a few settlers, or adults rather, once they grow up. What are you missing? Storage capacity. Okay, so no, come on, you've got a ways to go. Don't even. You've got a ways to go. Oh, just because we just finished the warehouse. That's why. Do we need somebody working there? No. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, so warehouses do not need anybody working there. I wish there was a way to upgrade them so we don't... I mean, 10%, 400. Is there anything else? Power consumption... Really? Building is now loaded up in a power grid. No. Does that hurt us in any way? I don't know. Oh, I guess we'll find out at some point. Okay, still waiting on the metal, although we have enough to build one of the two things we needed to build. What is this? Settlers with no protective clothing. Use the tailor. Oof. Okay, so we are quickly outpacing... Settlers are quickly outpacing... we need a tool shop. A tailor shop. And that takes 12. Oof. Okay, so I think the first thing we are going to need is that refinery. I think the refinery is the smartest thing to do because that'll just start producing everything that we need. And then we can maybe get online a little faster with everything. So I am going to put this refinery here for the time being. Why? Need some metal. Yeah, doesn't the metal come from like here and wherever it's stored? How about you build it first, and then you tell me you need metal. Let's do that. You build it for me first, and then we can figure out. Maybe we can change this work area from like here to like here or something, so they get plenty of metal. Or did they need metal to build it? Oh, maybe, I don't know. I actually don't understand, but that's okay. No big deal. No big deal. So yeah, the refinery's gonna go up first, then we're gonna put down... run out of people, but okay, then we're gonna put down the tailor. Probably in the same general area. This could be our little industrial area here, because there's not much as far as... Oh, and the color it turns is the conditions. Oh, that's neat. That's actually really cool. I didn't even pay any attention to that. So it is dry now. Oof. Yeah, it is drying. Okay. I wonder if... No radiation. I wonder if this changes color when there's radioactive rain, when there's contaminated rain coming down. We're gonna have to pay attention to that, just out of sheer curiosity. And wow, they are screwing like bunnies. I'm getting more and more kids, which is a good thing. Absolutely a good thing. Who am I missing? A tailor. Okay. So one tailor. Once this is built, I can then turn off the scrap collector. What are you missing? What are you missing? Needs cloth. Right, we don't have any cloth yet, that's why. Okay. So this building is kind of moot at this point. That's okay. Alright, so we can turn off the refiner. I don't know. This Yeah, there's a refinery here. Right. Ooh, what is this? Hold on a second. Now I'm, like, missing everything. Notifications. Settlers with no protecting clothing used to... Yes, I know. I know. Working on it. Working on it. So... I can turn you off completely, right? Yeah. And then you can go work here. Which I'm sure won't be very efficient. But at least it'll give us... you know, something. A little bit of everything, I would hope. And metal... Okay, we need 2 more metal for the, what was the other thing we wanted to build? Oh, workshop, because, yeah, we are running low on tools, so workshop is next. That's right, and we need 2 more metal, so hopefully that'll come with time. This guy still has no cloth, so... hopefully these guys hurry up and start processing. Currently in production, 4 cloth, 2 plastic. Excellent. Oh, so it cycles through. Okay, as soon as one... Oh, that's cool. Okay, that's neat. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. I like that quite a bit. Ooh, looks like we should have... Yes, we do. So slow you down. We have 2 more settlers, so let's put 1 in the refinery. Water's ticking up little by little, but not nearly enough. So let's put 1 more here, and I think next one they'll start adding to the farmers. And, you know, the silly, like, silly role-playing part of me is like, okay, so I can, you know, leave the farmers and the hunters operating together because, you know, that'll give the people a selection of meat and produce to eat. But I'm sure with our food at 1487 right now, I can turn the hunter off completely and put farmers on here and make them more efficient and grow us more food. That's my thought process, at least. Okay, we need to put more refiners on the job here. You, I think I can demolish... Do I get anything back? Demolishing and building recovers some of the resources that were originally used for construction. I'm not too worried about the basic resources right now, so I think we'll be okay. Now... Okay, so now it's, medium contaminated rain, and this is still staying as none, so... So I think we're okay there. Yeah, because the food isn't really... Providing a wide variety of foods together with herbs keeps yours... Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so yeah, providing a wide variety of foods does actually make a difference here. Okay, so we are going to keep this hunter operating as normal. Also thinking we need to start looking into, like, once these children start growing up, we need to start looking into more water sources. There you go, 1 just grew up. And I want to put them towards a refinery for the time being, though. Unless they're efficient to 100% for the 4 people working there. There's 1 missing a home, so... 2, okay, let's take some time to build a couple of more homes. What is this? Shelter, a large camp that can house a large number of settlers, although is not suitable for starting a family. Okay, so that's not really going to get us in here. Sturdy house in which settlers can live and start a family. This building has additional capacity to store water and food. And more sandstorms. Settlers only move in as a family. Okay. Can we upgrade these? Yes, we can. Okay, that's cool. Let's upgrade 1 and see what happens. See what it looks like. Give me 2 builder. Give me 1 builder and 1 settler, just in case I really do need the settlers to move stuff around now. Since we did that, let's build... You know, I'm gonna keep building them as cabins and then just upgrade them if anything, because I don't want to waste the plastic, or I don't have the plastic to waste. Never mind, even if I wanted to, I don't have the plastic to spend, so... Let's do that. Next thing... Water, or do we... Herbal hut gathers herbs and forests, which can be used to improve settlers' health. I think that's probably gonna be our next build here. Yeah, let me put 1 more house down. Actually, you know what? Let me put a couple. Let's do a couple. Let me extend this road here. And I'm gonna up our warehouses as well. I'm gonna do another warehouse as well somewhere. Not sure where. Probably here. Oh, here somewhere. Yeah. Okay, let me put another warehouse right here. Just cause... I don't know how closely I can build to wells, but I'm assuming that won't really affect anything, so let's... Whoops. I screwed that up. That is not... That's my OCD right there, you know? That is nowhere near close to the road. And rotating buildings is R. I had to look that up before I started playing because I could not figure it out. I'm like right-clicking, like using my mouse wheel and stuff, and you know, it's R. Okay, so these need a builder, yeah. What do we have? 1 and 1. Okay, we're okay. Water's going up now. Now that we did 5 water collectors, water's going up, so that's getting us somewhere. This is going... Protective clothing is going down, so okay, as soon as these houses come up, I think we'll be okay. Now, I also do feel... What does this cost? Does it cost anything? No. So, at least by what I'm reading now, I don't think roads are necessary. I just think they increase the movement speed of the settlers. So I think that's the only, like, real point for roads, which is okay. I still like, plus, again, they, you know, they help you plan your city setup, so I don't mind putting them down. I just wish we had more people that can, like, clear stuff out for us and stuff. That's okay. Is this still the same? Yep. Can I cancel you somehow? Nope. That's okay. What is this? Game log. Okay. What is this? Tasks. I have no tasks as of right now, so okay. I don't know if tasks are in the... Yeah, they are. They said they added more quests, so maybe we, like, need a building, special building for it or something. I don't know. We'll find out as we go along here. Okay, a lot of stuff still needs to be built. I think I almost want to take this recycler down just to make more room for buildings over here, but at the same time, I don't really want to devote any time to that yet. So, right, toolmaker. That's what we need. That's what we keep forgetting we need, and we're going to run short on, so... yeah, workshop. Okay, so we're gonna put you here. Yeah. Okay. Ah, again. Again. Off the road. Try that again. There we go. Okay. So, as soon as these things go up... What am I missing? Oh, a technician for the... Yeah, but it's not built yet, so... Give me 2 builders. Maybe that'll go faster. The builders are taking their damn time. Speed this up. Come on. Come on. Get going. Can we build you next? Yes. Oh, they're building all the roads. Yeah, so see, that's one thing that... Okay, that's one thing that I have to keep in mind, is that the more roads you put down, the longer it's going to take them to do anything else, because they do need to build all the roads, so, okay. That is my bad. Yeah, it gives us a little bit more storage space for raw materials. Water slowly creeping up. Let me look at the... Slow this down so we don't kill everybody. Oh, I can upgrade you. What does upgrading you give me? I also use charcoal for filtering radiation out of water. This building requires a jetty, a well, or a rainwater collector in order to function. Yes, yes. It doesn't actually tell me what it does if you upgrade it, so that's okay. Build a rainwater collector, but then we're gonna have to work on charcoal so they can filter it. Okay. You're out of cloth again, that's okay. How are you guys coming? Ah, you guys are done, okay. Okay. I think raw materials, as far as like the advanced raw materials, were okay. Give me enough builders to finish all this stuff up. What is this? A workshop, actually. Nope, so let's do this. Okay. Let's do that so we can start producing tools, because we are We are running very, very low on tools. Okay. What happens when you... Tools are important in order to increase your settlers' productivity. So actually, if I run out, I think we'd be okay. They just wouldn't be as efficient. So their efficiency would drop, but they'd still make stuff. So I guess that's not... I guess that's not terrible, but we still don't want to get to that point where we run out. You guys are 100%. Yep. Crop yield 97 out of 198. That's because they're not fully staffed. Ah, okay. And our food is dropping a little bit, actually, because we are getting more settlers, so... what's the next step here? These are going down, and I'm still one homeless dude. Still need more homes. I think maybe it's done on purpose, just because the families are that much, you know, that much more valuable of an asset, as much as I hate to say that. So, like, you know, you can fit more people in here, but to really replenish to really grow your colony, you need to worry more about the family unit than anything else, maybe. So, I guess that's done on purpose. I can appreciate that. But okay, I think this episode has gone on long enough, so I am going to call it quits here. We made decent progress, and we will continue on in the next one. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you like this. If you want me to keep making more, I'll probably make a few more until you guys tell me to stop or keep going. But yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one.